Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys.
Cowboys' Ceedee Lamb sounds off on miscues with Dak Prescott. It was not supposed to be this way. Certainly, it did not look like it would be the case coming in. Few quarterback-receiver tandems in the league have been better this season than Dak Prescott and Ceedee Lamb of the Dallas Cowboys. But in the playoff opener against the Packers, a 48-32 disaster at every level, the inability of Prescott and Lamb to get on the same page was one of the bizarre side stories that seemed to sum up the Cowboys' very bad day. Lamb's numbers wound up being very good, 9 catches for 110 yards, but most of those came when the Cowboys were way behind and in desperation mode. In the first half, Lamb managed only 1 catch, and it came just before the 2-minute warning in the second quarter. Lamb had 18 targets altogether. 5 of those came in the first half, and he had only the 1 catch. He and Prescott were obviously out of sync and seemed to express their frustration with each other. One pass was a clear drop that hit Lamb in the hands. Another was an overthrow from Prescott. Lamb was the target, too, when Packers safety Darnell Savage stepped in front of a Prescott pass, made the interception and ran for a touchdown that pushed the score to 27-0 late in the second quarter. Couple of miscues, Lamb said. Everyday things. That's completions that we normally have. Obviously, on my part, I could have been better. I'm sure he could say the same, that's for him. But not really pointing fingers, just could have done a better job of making the completions. Dak Prescott and Ceedee Lamb starred all season. Prescott, of course, is an MVP candidate this year. He was third in the NFL with 4,516 yards passing and second among starting quarterbacks with a 105.9 rating. Lamb led the NFL with 135 catches this year, and was number 2 in yardage at 1,749. He was third in touchdowns with 12 and second in first downs with 80. At Pro Football Focus, Lamb is rated the number 3 receiver in the league with a 91.1 grade this season, behind only Tyreek Hill and Brandon Ayuk of the 49ers. It was bizarre watching the duo struggle to get on the same page on Sunday. At one point during the broadcast, play-by-play man Kevin Burkhardt noted, "There's a very weird vibe there between Dak Prescott and Ceedee Lamb." Lamb had no excuses. "Obviously we did not come out and execute like we should have to begin the game. The rest was downhill," Lamb said at his locker after the game. "We were kind of playing from behind. In this league that is probably the worst thing you can do. Kinda got. Not even kind of. We knew we were in obvious passing situations and it made us one-dimensional and we had to continually make plays. Cowboys' loss was terrible." Lamb was not exactly chatty with the loss, as he often is. He was asked whether the blowout loss felt different than the past losses the Cowboys have suffered in the playoffs. "Still feels the same. We lost," he said. Asked to sum up his emotions, Lamb said, "Terrible. Obviously, I wish we were playing next week. But unfortunately, that is not the case." And speaking on his very slow first half and the fact that he did not make a catch until the half was nearly over, Lamb only said, "It was tough, man. Tough. It's understandable that it was tough on Ceedee Lamb. But it was tough on just about everyone watching, too." Dak Prescott's future with Cowboys called into question after blowout. The Dallas Cowboys face a decision on Dak Prescott's future this offseason, but some analysts are suggesting these options go beyond an extension. Fox Sports' David Hellman believes Prescott's future is a real question mark after an underwhelming performance against the Packers. "I don't think anything's off the table after this, regarding Mike McCarthy's future." Hellman detailed in a January 14, 2024 message on X, "Personally, I'm more interested in the Doc situation. His current deal is going to cripple their cap in 2024. He had a career year. And yet, how does this inspire any confidence whatsoever moving forward? Prescott has 1 season remaining on a 4-year, $160 million contract. Yet, Prescott's massive $59.4 million cap hit in 2024 indicates the team desperately needs to sign the quarterback to an extension. After a season that put Prescott in the NFL MVP conversation, the widespread expectation was that Dallas would sign the quarterback to an extension this offseason. Now, there will be serious questions as to whether the Cowboys should allow Prescott to play out the final year of his contract. Cowboys rumors. For salary cap purposes, it makes the most sense to sign Dak Prescott to a contract extension. Even if the Cowboys wanted to get another season to look at Prescott, it is unrealistic for the quarterback to have such a large cap hit next season. This almost necessitates Dallas to sign Prescott to an extension in the coming months. Quarterback Dak Prescott is due for a contract extension, ESPN's Todd Archer detailed on January 14. It will be costly as Prescott enters the final year of his deal, and the Cowboys will not be able to use the franchise tag on him in 2025. With a $59.4 million cap figure, an extension would help the Cowboys greatly in terms of being able to re-sign other players, Ceedee Lamb, Micah Parsons, or add free agents. If they can sign Prescott, that opens up a ton of different avenues the Cowboys can take. Dak Prescott puts himself on the hot seat with Mike McCarthy after Dallas Cowboys' playoff exit. There is plenty of blame to go around for the Cowboys' blowout loss to the Packers. Statistically, Prescott put up solid numbers in Dallas' lone postseason game this season. Yet, most of these numbers came in garbage time as the Cowboys furiously tried to mount a comeback. Prescott's 2 interceptions, including a pick six in the second quarter, proved to be costly. The quarterback threw for 403 yards, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions while completing 68% of his passes against the Packers. After the loss, Prescott backed head coach Mike McCarthy when asked about his future. Cowboys QB Dak Prescott when asked about some questioning Mike McCarthy's future following first-round playoff loss, "I've had the season I've had because of him. This team has had the success we've had because of him," the Dallas Morning News' Michael Gelkin noted in a January 14 message on X, said he gets the business. Add me to the list in that case. All 3 Cowboys quarterbacks are under contract for 2024. Trey Lance and Cooper Rush are also signed through next season. Cowboys' Jerry Jones sends ominous message after most painful loss. In the tunnel underneath AT&T Stadium after the Dallas Cowboys' stunning 48-32 blowout loss to the Packers on Sunday, team owner and general manager Jerry Jones knew that what all the gathered media, as well as all of Cowboys Nation, wanted to know was what he was going to do to fix the Cowboys. Fire Mike McCarthy? Hire Bill Belichick? Trade Dak Prescott? Alas, before the questions could be asked, Jones let anyone within earshot know he would not be addressing those topics. Not yet, at least. I don't have any thoughts on the reasons why or anything to do with the coaching, anything to do with the players, Jones said. This is one of my biggest surprises since I have been involved in sports. So this is, on that degree, I know how disappointed everybody is. But Jones did make a statement that can only be considered ominous when it comes to McCarthy's future in Dallas. He called the loss the most painful he could remember because he expected much bigger things from the team. I can't reach back and look at a playoff loss, but this seems like the most painful because we all had such great expectation and we had hope for this team, Jones said. I thought we were aligned in great shape, but it didn't happen for us. It's as fresh on me right now as it is on anybody else. But I won't get into the addressing of any aspects of any part of it, from the coaching to the players to what's around the corner. Cowboys destined for a new coach? When an owner has high expectations that are not met, well, it's almost always the coach who pays the price. And with some big-name candidates on the market, Bill Belichick, Jim Harbaugh, Mike Vrabel, Jones is in position to dump McCarthy and bring in another proven commodity. There were times during the game that it looked like Jones might fire McCarthy on the spot. As has become a staple in NFL games, Jones was repeatedly shown during the broadcast of the loss reacting angrily in the Cowboys owner's box. As one Twitter X user wrote, Jerry Jones is sick AF about his Cowboys, above an image of an upset Jones, shown with the Cowboys trailing 41-16. But Jones did dodge the opportunity to directly address the future of McCarthy or anyone with the team, for that matter. The Cowboys' murky future goes beyond McCarthy. The team has key players, Dak Prescott, Ceedee Lamb, Tony Pollard, Micah Parsons, who are free agents or eligible for extensions this offseason. McCarthy, though, would seem to be the first agenda item. There's nothing set on that, Jones said. What I had planned to do was be with him tomorrow, going over how we played today and getting ready for the coming week. That's what was on the agenda. Tomorrow, my agenda will be to dismiss the team. Jerry Jones knows the buck stops with him. He wasn't saying, not at this point. I don't have any comments or questions or answers for how and why we didn't do what we wanted to, Jones said. I say this to our fans, how much you deserve us to not have this ending. I certainly in no way have spent any of my time over the last 3 hours asking how and why. What I'm zeroing in on is the fact that I thought we were in a position, everybody in this room thought we were in a position to advance this thing in the playoffs and maybe get as far as our dreams might take us. We didn't do it. And, give Jones credit, he acknowledged that as the owner and GM, he bears a significant responsibility for the Cowboys' failure. On a personal basis, I'm floored, Jones said. But I know there is no world's smallest violin being played for me. I get that. I understand that. And I know where the responsibility starts. And ends. I've got that real clear.